Welcome to MonkeyPod Asia, guys, where it's a platform where we connect international buyers with local artisans in Chiang Mai for wholesale ordering. In today's tutorial, we're going to talk about the kids stools or children's wooden stools. And we're going to explain to you a little bit about how they're made. Okay, so the first thing we want you to know is this is like the structure of the body, and then we have the top here. So they come in two pieces, two main pieces like this. Yeah. Okay. So first we're going to talk about the legs. What we have to do with the legs is they come quite in a rough shape. So what we want to do is we want to smooth out these so-called rough edges. See these rough things here. They're going to be really well sanded down, and then you will see that the nails that have been stapled into the sides, they're going to have to be filled up so that you don't see the nails. Okay, so that's another very important part about building of the legs. And then you will see that some of the legs, they have space in between them. See here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to they're going to be pushed together so that this does not show anymore, and that then you have like a very well blended legs, very strong here. Another point that you have to be careful with and always make sure it's done is that this is really well fixed. Otherwise, this part here, it can rotate in itself if they're not well nailed from both ends. This will move. So a good supplier will put this together, and this is well fixed and it's not movable. Okay. So here we're talking about the legs, and then here we're going to show you a little bit how they're filled. Our auntie here is working on them. So remember the holes that I was talking about. สวัสดีครับคุณป้า Remember the holes that we were talking about just now? We're going to have to fill them up, okay? So this is like, guys, when we say handcrafted, they're really handcrafted and they really go through a really stringent process. So each piece here we're filling up the hole. Each piece really takes a lot of effort and perseverance. So this is a value that your customers can appreciate when you buy wholesale for the kids stools or children's wooden stools. Okay, guys. So after they're filled up well, we're going to tell you about the tops. Okay. This is the rough top that has been already carved, and what's going to be done is that we're going to hand paint them and then wax them, and then what our agency gives a lot of focus on is that the painting is well inside the edges. Okay, guys. So that's another part that we're going to show you. So guys, so follow me to the back and I'll show you the rest of the process of the tops. Thanks. Guys, so once you have the body of the leg and you have the top and they're fixed like this, then the next step, this is very smart. The painting, they actually put white on the top first before they put other colors. And the reason is so that the wood actually absorbs a little bit of the white paint before the next color goes on. So when you put the next color added on top of the white, it will stay and it will fasten, it will stick onto the stool better. Do you get it? So here I want to show you how well the sides have been sanded when compared to, when we were looking before they were sanded. See how the edges are really fastened well. You can see here. So guys, after the white part has been painted, which is to just give one coating of paint before the next step, then they go to the actual painting part by our artist. So our our artisans now have to go through the careful, delicate process of hand painting each one. It takes a lot of effort and work, and you can see that there's a lot of there's different sizes of the brush, guys. There's like a thick brush, there's thin brush. So each size of the brush is for like different parts of the painting. So you can see that the artist is has to be a real painter to be able to do this really well. And then the painting is really well painted to be inside the carved area and not making like bad marks coming out. And that's actually going to be one of our process in quality control as well, is that we check the painting too, besides all the cracks and nails and other things. Guys, one more very important feature is that you also, guys, one thing that you don't want to overlook is the actual feature of the wood. You guys see how the feature of the wood is really well, you can see the actual grain of the wood itself on the parts that is not painted. And this is a very important characteristic of Kids Stools. You don't want to get it from suppliers that sort of like darken the stool too much where you can't see the beauty of the grain. Did you get that? Next, guys, I want to talk a little bit about the paint itself. So you can see here it says matte for interior, guys. So this is an actual paint for the inside of the house, which is very safe and has gone through different kind of tests as well. So, and it's acrylic, which is a very high grade of paint that's used for this. Okay, guys. So once you have all the painting done, I'm going to now show you the next step. Follow me. When we have the painting done, the next step is to actually wax the entire Kids Stool, guys. So you're going to wax the entire Kids Stool to give that, a very nice, rich look to the stool. So guys, this is like the actual waxing process. So you're going to have to wax. An important part that we look out for is that every single area is well waxed, guys. You don't want to have like bits. You don't want to have like bits and pieces or some areas of the stool to not have wax, right? So you want to make sure like the entire stool is waxed, okay? Otherwise, you're going to have like white spots here and there. So that's another quality control point that we want to emphasize on. After they're waxed, they will be left for one night to dry, okay? We're not going to use suppliers who like wax it and then blow dry it with a fan for a few hours and then polish. But you want to make sure that the supplier actually leaves it to dry for a night or so that the wax is completely dry, and then when you polish it, it will give a nice shine. And we're going to show you the area that they're going to be polished. This way. So guys, after they're well dried from the wax, they will be sent to this area here. You can see that they're all painted and all waxed. So guys, after it's dried, then we're going to use, there's going to be this machine and also this machine to help with the inner side of the legs, you know, that you want to get in there, in here, okay? Different parts, and then here you can also use for the top and everything. So there are lots of things. And then guys, we're not done yet. Believe it or not, we're not done yet. After they're polished, then they're brought over here. They're brought over here, and they're going to be waiting for the final step, which is the quality control process. And in our quality control management system, we will show you a tutorial in another video, okay? So for today, it's just mainly to cover the manufacturing process and before they come to the final step of inspections and checking the quality of the top and of the legs, which we'll do another tutorial for you later. So you can check that out on another video. So guys, thanks for watching for today, okay? If you need any help, just send us a shout or even a whisper, no problem, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.